Hello, good morning or good afternoon or good evening. I'm Tom, I'm with Faronics and I wrote a blog about the start of the school year. So I hope your school year started okay and thanks very much for reading the blog. In this session, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how we can help you manage computers and tablets in your school. I'm joined today by my colleague Usman. If you have any questions as we go through, please just pop them in the Zoom Q&A and Usman will be able to look at them while I'm speaking. Or alternatively, we can pause for questions at the end of the session, which will take about 15 minutes without a Q&A. So just a little bit about Faronics. We've been around for 25 years. In that time, we've sold over 10 million licenses in more than 150 countries. We have over 30,000 customers around the world of all shapes and sizes. Of those 30,000 customers, by far the biggest segment is schools. So we understand how schools work, and we've been helping a lot of schools for a long time. So we look after a lot of big schools and universities. We are headquartered in Vancouver in Canada. We also have offices in the UK where I'm based and Usman is based, and in the USA and in Singapore. But we also have partners all around the world. So wherever you are in the world, there's going to be someone nearby who can look after you and provide you with exceptional customer service. So if you would like us to put you in touch with whoever your local representative is, please just let us know in the Q&A and we can tell you who it is. So I know schools have been back a little while now, but it is still early in the school year, certainly in Europe anyway, and a good time to be evaluating your approach to computer management. So the key from our point of view is that you're making sure you're saving yourself time rather than spending a large amount of time firefighting when you don't need to. So we have a product called Faronics Cloud Deep Freeze, and a typical school, when adopting Faronics Cloud Deep Freeze, will reduce their IT help desk tickets by up to 63%. For Bath Academy in the UK, it was 75%. So I'm going to show you how. I'll walk you through some of the ways in which we save you time. The product's got quite a lot of features in it, but you can pick and mix the bits that you want and don't use the bits that aren't relevant. So I'll move on to a demo now. So the first page to show you is the inventory page. So on this page, I can see all my workstations in my school, and I can see every piece of information I could want to know about these workstations. For example, when does the warranty end? How many apps have pending updates? How many Windows updates are pending? I can see the system drive usage. So, for example, just on this column, there's a couple of flags. We've got one workstation that's 100%, another one at 77%. So I can immediately see that that requires my attention. But this is really just a starting point for any other issue that may require me to go and have a look. So I want to start the school year in the best possible shape. And this inventory page is a good place to identify just straight off the bat, what issues do I have at the start of the year? So having looked at the inventory page, the next step might be to do some imaging, because I might have identified a computer or two that I want to re-image. And that's just very straightforward. All I have to do is select the computer that I want to image, select this one, and then the image computer button. I just have to press that and I will re-image the computer. So I'm just going to put the computer right back to the way I want it to be. And I can have as many images as I like for different needs. So if I have different departments that require different images, I can just easily set up my own images and my own deployment packages, install settings, driver groups. Everything's completely customizable, and I can just make sure that something that could take a large amount of time doesn't need to. So especially if I have large deployments, a big amount of computers, I don't have to go around doing each one. I can just do them all from here. Software updater is a really popular feature as well, because it just removes one of the biggest headaches for people managing computers in schools. Here I'm configuring my policy, and if I select the software updater module, I'm presented with a list of 103 common applications, and I just need to select the ones that I'm going to push out in my school. And then all I have to do is schedule a maintenance period. So I might say, for example, between midnight and 1 a.m. on Thursdays. And then those applications will just be kept updated. And any custom applications that don't appear on that list, it's very easy for me to add my own. And no longer do I have to spend time building update packages. No longer do I have to be worrying about what updates I'm delivering. It's just going to happen without needing to think about it. And then having set that up, it's easy to keep track of what's happening across my estate with regard to software updates. So I can easily see my computers and what versions of what software they're running. So for example, on web browsers, I can see I have some up to date in some workstations, but others that aren't up to date that need my attention. And it's just a simple case of using the update button, or I can just install across my workstations or uninstall. And it's very easy for me to just add my own custom app from this page or custom script. So we had a prominent university in the north of England who wanted to know what versions of what software were being run across their campus. It was a difficult thing for them to keep track of, but it's now no longer a difficult thing. It's just all on this page. And the same for Windows updates. So you can configure which categories of Windows updates you wish to deliver and when in the week you wish to deliver them. Just set a maintenance window when your computers are offline. And then you can see on this dashboard the Windows update status across your estate. You can see you've got some missing patches pending approval. Everything's just clickable and drillable. So whatever information you need about Windows updates, you're going to be able to find it here. And you can carry out on-demand tasks from the dashboard. So I could just select all my workstations and install missing patches directly from here. Mobile device management is increasingly important in a school, especially what you're going to allow your students to do with their tablets. So with these restrictions, you can really carefully determine, okay, so I want my students to use a USB or I don't. I want to allow them to use YouTube or I don't. You can really carefully configure what you're allowing with your tablets. And as with your desktops and your laptops, you've just got a dashboard where you can see easily what platforms you're on, what breakdown of iOS, everything that you want to know about your tablets. You're just going to be able to keep on top of everything really easily using our MDM module. So WinSelect is an important feature, especially in schools and universities. If I turn this on in my policy and then I enable kiosk mode, I can just lock down the user experience. So I can entirely customize the appearance of the desktop and what applications my users can access. So that immediately just stops a load of security threats. I can stop my students doing things that might mess things up, like folder manipulation, drag and drop, right click. And I can stop them wasting paper. I can just disable all printing if I like, or enable a printer quota per session. So WinSelect is an important security layer. We also have antivirus and anti-executable modules, which are important security layers. But if you have any security threat that makes it through those layers, then deep freeze is the jewel in the crown, really. It's unique to Faronics. You won't find it anywhere else. It's a reboot to restore solution. So when you restart a workstation in your school, it will restart in its original state. Any local changes that the user makes is going to disappear. So it's going to restart in its original state. Any security threats will go. Any local changes at all will disappear. So on this dashboard, I can see the deep freeze status of my workstations. And again, I can carry out on-demand tasks from the dashboard. So for example, if I have a security threat on this, or if I'm worried about a possible security threat on this MacBook, I can just freeze it straight from here. The security threat's just going to disappear. So that wipes out most of your help desk tickets. And not only does it save your time, it will mean that you're running faster hardware. Your computers aren't going to get bloated up with all kinds of junk that your users put on them. They're going to run in a totally optimized way, and you will limit the effect of hardware degradation. So we talk about one platform, total control, and that is right, because we do allow total control of what's going on in your school through one easy to use web-based console. So when you're managing your workstations in your school, you've just got everything in one place. Wherever you are in the school or away from the school, and wherever your devices are, you can manage everything seamlessly. I've just spoken about a few of the ways in which we can help you. There are quite a lot of other features that I didn't include in that demo for time reasons, but just to pick out a couple, Power Save will save you a lot of money on energy, and antivirus will keep you virus-free in conjunction with deep freeze. So there's lots of other things you can do with Faronics, but please just let us know if there's anything else you're interested in, and we can schedule a separate call to show you. We offer a free trial, so fully functional trial that you can sign up to from our website. Usman will just put the sign up link in the chat now. And when you sign up for the trial, you'll just need to create a policy and then activate the functionality that you need in the policy. And then it's just a case of installing the cloud agent on the devices you want to manage. That's very straightforward. And then you're ready to go. So just to summarize today's webinar, you can start the school year on the front foot. So instead of chasing your tail, you can be completely sure about what's happening with your computers, and you can just spend your time on much more productive activities. So I'm just going to leave our contact details on screen now. So thank you very much for your questions in the Q&A. If you have any more questions, we'll just spend some time on Q&A now. Please pop them in the Q&A now. So there we've got a question. Is the inventory page available to ultimate customers or everyone? Yeah, so inventory page, the page where you can see all your hardware, that's available to ultimate customers only. How much does it cost? So we will have one of our representatives will drop you a line there, and we'll get in touch with full commercial information. So just going to pause a second in case of any other questions. Okay. So thank you very much for your time. Thanks for listening. And if you have any more questions from today that you think of after the session, please just drop us a line and let us know. But thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.